I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState with Tiny and Katie.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice winner in the 2024 Best of the TriState. So a little over a week ago, we had Josh Dahl here from Virtus Men's Health in Hagerstown. Josh is back with us once again, been a wonderful partner for Let's Talk TriState. And Josh, you brought someone with you today. This wonderful lady sitting next to you, can you tell us who she is? I'm going to let you introduce her.
Sure. This is Dana Hull, nurse practitioner, and I brought her in today because we have some big announcements to talk about in regards to our clinic.
Okay. So I'm going to leave this up to you. Do you want to do the announcement now, or do you want me to get to know Dana?
We can do the announcement, and then we can get to know Dana.
Okay, let's do that. Sure. Okay.
So,
what is your announcement, Josh?
So we are expanding our services. So we are no longer going to be just a men's clinic. We are now going to be seeing women as well. This is something I've always wanted to do, sure, but not something that I wanted to necessarily do myself.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to just stick towards guys.
Yeah.
So in being in contact with Dana over the past couple of months, it sort of worked out very well to bring her on board to offer a full range of services to women as well, because we've had so much of an outreaching from some of the guys that we've had in our clinic. Hey, can you help my wife? Hey, can you help my wife? Hey, can you help my wife? And I legit want to help these guys' wife, but I myself am too occupied dealing with all of the other things that we have. And it just worked out very well that now we can start to offer women's services as well. And with offering women's services and us kind of no longer being a men's clinic, even though we still are a men's clinic, I'm not going anywhere. We are going to be forming a rebrand, essentially. And instead of being Virtus Men's Health, we are going to be Virtus Health Optimization.
Which
is more reflective of being both sides of the aisle there. Mm-hmm. And also true to what we do is what we optimize your health, right? We are health care, not sick care.
Yes.
Right? We are here to optimize you to live the best possible life you can, which is currently what I'm doing with men, and it is what Dana can perform with women as well.
So Virtus Health Optimization is now the name of the company that was once Virtus Men's Health. I think the best way to say the addition of Dana is just that. This is an addition, not a subtraction.
Correct.
So nothing is going away, merely you're adding to in a big way.
Yes. We are expanding our services to include, the whole female gender. And we did see some females in limited capacity for our weight loss and peptide services, but now the exact same services that we were offering to men in hormone replacement, we're going to offer to women as well. And there's been a huge outreach specifically in this area for that exact specific service because it's almost impossible to find.
Well, I think what you had as well was with the men was that one-on-one. Not that you don't get that at other providers, but there's that personal connection to it. There's that comfort in even in your office, down to the small details. Was that let's make this as comfortable an experience as we possibly can. I don't want you to feel like you're sitting in a doctor's office You're here with someone who's on your side. We're comfortable. We're just chatting, like we're doing now.
Right.
Really, is what
I think what people find out is that we get a lot of complaints about people using their insurance at like their doctor's office. And I'm not here to bash insurance or anything. Obviously, we still need medicine and everything. But you'll go to your doctor's office. You'll sit there for who knows how long. You'll go into the room, and your visit's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you come out, and you're like, I don't really even know anything different. They told me to lose weight, eat better, and to take this medication.
Or they pop up on your computer screen or a TV screen.
Yeah, and I think people are feeling, look, I paid money. You have a copay for this visit, but I don't really feel like I got to know the person. I didn't feel like I got to explain myself or kind of really dial it in. And people that come to our clinic, because we don't take insurance, we are a cash-based practice. We do take healthcare savings accounts and flexible spending accounts, so it's very popular for people to use that. It's your healthcare, your healthcare dollars, spend it how you want it. But when people start to see what you get when you actually spend it on yourself, it's like a whole nother world. They walk out being like, wow. And we spend time with people. Like our new patient visits are budgeted up to an hour and a half, to onboard you. And then follow-ups are an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, they don't technically need to take that long, but I budget up to an hour to go over any questions people have. I want you to be as informed as possible on what's going on. And the other thing, too, is, you can message our clinic at any time, and we get back to you like lickety-split.
Yeah.
So, we don't leave any stone unturned, so to speak. I mean, I'll even message people back on the weekend if I'm available to do so.
And I'm sure that mentality is going to carry over into our guest today, Dana Hall, certified nurse practitioner. Dana, welcome to Let's Talk TriState. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
So what I like to do with all of our guests is have them take us through their history, as much as you're willing to share, how you got to where you are today working at Virtus Health Optimization with Josh.
Yes. So I started my career out in 2007 in women's health. So I've worked at the WellSpan OBGYN in Waynesboro from 2007 to 2020. And then I left to kind of do my own thing with the hormones, more health coaching, diving into like a little bit deeper health optimization, really, for women, because so many were complaining and I didn't have the resources and time to do it in the current setting that I was at or the past setting that I was at. So I've really been diving into the hormones, though, since 2015. I started taking courses and looking into it more because so many women would come to me suffering, not feeling well, and I just didn't know what else to offer them and do for them. So it really led to me that, and I knew I was getting to that point in my journey, too. So I really help a lot of women more so with the perimenopause, menopause.
Okay, so all of these things that women they're suffering from, or they have, and then they may not know what it is, or they know it's coming.
Right.
And early onset. I'm going to rely on you, obviously, to explain these things because I'm obviously not a woman and I don't have these things to look forward to for myself.
Right.
So take us through that. What women would come to you for here at Virtus Health
that's a great question. So typically, their periods start to change. They have difficulty sleeping. Their moods are all over the place. They get hot flashes, night sweats, which are the most common that people think about.
Well, maybe I do have this.
Okay. Their hair changes, skin changes, libido, sex drive changes. There's a list. There's probably 50 plus things that women come for. And when you get your labs, traditionally, it just says things look normal. But they don't feel normal. So a lot of times they're dismissed in that. And I look at it now and I'm like, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can optimize, and they feel better. They do start feeling better. So
I think your lab work is almost like a 30,000-foot view.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can tell there's nothing bad going on in the ground, but until you really get down there to it on the ground level, you may not be able to see the scope of things.
Right. And I look at the labs differently. I mean, there's definitely ranges, but I really hone in on more optimal ranges. And I don't alone just go with labs. I like to go with their symptoms, too. So it is really... and
it is customized. It needs to be, because everyone's different. Someone may, if you have a range of, say, 50 to 75, and it's considered the normal range, someone might be optimized at 70, whereas the other person may need to be on the lower end of that.
Absolutely. And I find that all the time. So that's why I go by their symptoms, too. And I'm very passionate about that, because I know it helps.
So let's tie this in now to Josh. How did you How did you team up with Josh? How did that relationship begin, blossom, come about?
Yeah, great question. So I currently see patients right now for hormone replacement therapy on my own, and I got in contact with Josh with a mutual friend and started talking about referrals. So I could refer men to him, and he would refer women to me. Okay. And then I thought this would be much better to work together. I like I'm losing the word for it, but
convenience?
The convenience, the teaming up, a colleague to kind of bounce ideas off of, it just made a difference. It's really hard solo.
And he has the same goal, the same vision as you do.
Yeah,
you're doing it separately. Why not bring it together?
Absolutely.
And, just from like an overhead standpoint as well, why wouldn't you let's get this all under one roof?
Right. Yeah.
And that's why the name optimization is perfect. The husband and wife can come in, make a dual appointment. Husband's going with you, wife is going with Dana, and everyone's the better for it. I mean, I'm going to say something to my wife. I think it's great that you can. I don't know how many men probably saw you, Josh, and said to their wife, it'd be so good if they had this, because I'm sure the husbands at home, they were excited. They're feeling better. We talked before our first time speaking. I talked about testosterone replacement and how you don't know you need it till you have it.
Right? Yeah,
and when you get it, like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize what I was missing. And I'm sure that every guy that you've helped with that has gone home to their wives. The wives at the very least have noticed a massive improvement.
Right.
And it's like, wow, that'd be really nice if I could get that excited and feel that great for myself.
I actually have one client currently that his wife just started too, and he's him and his wife are both in our clinic, and it's interesting to kind of see that, because usually when you kind of optimize one, the other person's still kind of lagging behind in some areas, and now we can kind of get them both to that level, and then really the sky's the limit at that point. So it's really kind of interesting to see that, because when you have like that mismatch, there's clearly some goals that aren't aligned there, but then when you kind of get them both to the same level, it's just like
and it's off to the races. I can imagine at that point is when you have the same goals, the vision's clear. You're like you said, sky's the limit.
It is.
That's wonderful.
And I had a lot of the same things with my women asking for their husbands.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when we're trained in general with hormone replacement, they do train you on both, but I just really dove into the women more, and I'm like, but I'm not an expert in this, and so it's nice to have, and I didn't know who else to refer to.
Josh, what excites you the most about the addition of Dana and the rebranding?
The rebranding is interesting, and it's something I wanted to do, and I knew that it was probably going to happen eventually, and so like my timetable is obviously accelerated in that aspect. But I'm excited, and you may go back to like our first time that we got together on this. I didn't do this to be, I did it because I truly wanted to help people, just like how Dana truly wants to help women. So for me, like the end result is seeing that result. And, that's what I'm most excited about, when we finally are going to get like maybe a husband and wife combo in there and see that progression and see how they get better together, and like do like that whole 1 year analysis, like here's where we started and here's where we ended. And, you can get all the fancy things in life that, bring you joy and happiness. It's all temporary. But to have to know that you impacted somebody else's life very positively, and that they can go out and then be a better person in the world for
and
it,
live
and actually enjoy it. I think that's really what brings a lot of satisfaction to me specifically. When I get a guy that comes to me and he's overweight and he's like down in the dumps, and then over our course of time we see it just getting pulled out of this ditch and starting to climb the mountain. It's wonderful.
I like what you said, live. They're living, not just surviving, because a lot of, at least for me, for the women, they're just surviving.
I was going to say what you could, the word what I always use, and you were hitting on it, Dana, is there's two ways to go about this journey that we're on from birth to death. You either exist or you live.
You're thriving or you're surviving.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone is, no matter what, everyone is existing, but not everyone lives.
Right. Yeah.
And what you both now are offering is an opportunity for people to live.
Yeah, it's 2025. I mean, we have all these advancements in medicine. I mean, really, truly, if you go back to, let's just say like the 1920s, the average life expectancy back then was like 50, 50s-ish, right?
Right.
To hit that. we're pushing that. I mean, if you take COVID out of the data, we were up to, at least in the United States, 79 for men, 81 for women in terms of average years of life. Here's the thing. We not only can extend that, but we can extend the quality of that, of when you start. And the earlier you kind of get on it, the later that quality just continues. I mean, we're going to see guys in their 70s that look like they're 50, right? And operate like they're 50. And the same for women, right? You're going to see these people that are like, wow, they're active, they're doing it, and they're going to live longer, more fulfilling lives because of that.
Well, and the thing is, too, is that there's the instinct for the continuation of life, of your own, and obviously your offspring, your prodigies. But I think that the progeny is, I apologize. But with this is, let's extend it, or do our best to extend it, but not just extend it the way you are.
Right.
If you want to extend it, you have to change. But then if you want the extension to be the living part of it, we got to continue this. You have to learn these habits. You have to, you don't know you're missing something. Look, you didn't do anything wrong. Your testosterone's low. Your estrogen's low. All these different things. You didn't do anything you shouldn't have done. Right. It's just everyone's body's different. And, I'm assuming that's correct, right, Dana?
It's a natural progression
right,
for
exactly.
them to go down.
Yeah.
The hormones.
And that's where you come in. That's where Josh comes in. And Josh, are we rebranding the website? What are we? I want to make sure that we're getting everyone the most accurate information.
Right. I have a kind of progression of how things are going to go. So, yes, the website will be rebranded to virtushealthoptimization.com. That's going to happen probably sometime mid-February. Okay. And I'll make an announcement on our social media when that finally goes live. We will still have the Virtus Men's Health website, but it'll redirect to the optimization website. It's going to have our expanded services on there, so it will change slightly. The overall kind of how our website is already will pretty much be there. It's just going to have a little bit more information, and I'm going to kind of condense it down. So I have some work to do on that. And then also with the website change, we do have a logo change coming too, obviously to reflect that. It will be somewhat similar, and I'm in the process of getting that done. As far as the physical office rebranding, because we have that nice sign out front, that will change, but that's probably going to happen a couple months down the road. Right. So, but it'll all eventually roll over. It's going to be a kind of a gradual process, but it'll start with kind of our online presence first and then kind of carry over into the physical presence.
And as far as what's taking place inside the walls of Virtus Health Optimization right now, Dana, you're taking patients, correct?
Yes.
So you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
You're ready for you? You're ready for them?
Yes.
She's ready for you? Yeah. All right, Josh has been ready for you, so let's make it happen. Virtus Health Optimization. Josh Dahl, he is the owner and operator and founder, and we thank him so much for being such a wonderful partner with Let's Talk TriState. Dana, we will certainly have you back. I believe, as a matter of fact, coming up in about a week, you're going to come back, and we're going to have you sit with Katie and have both of you really kind of dive into the details, get a little more granular, so to speak, on all that you can offer and help women in the tri-state area. So we certainly appreciate that. Look forward to having both of you back. Okay?
Yeah.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
More Let's Talk TriState coming your way in just a few moments, all powered by the DRB Group, the right partner for your real estate development.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk TriState, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.